The important thing when you are choosing a tree is to buy a tree from somewhere where the trees look healthy, the leaves are nice and bright and green. There's not a great big drop of leaves all around the base of the tree. That would indicate a problem. When it's your first tree, you are learning about it. You need that tree to be really strong and healthy so that any little mistakes that you make, the tree will be able to overcome. The thing really when you're starting out a bonsai is to be able to look at the tree in detail, learn about the shape of the leaves, the colour of the leaves, because that will change throughout the year. Look at little things like the shape of the twigs, where they start from and how they grow. Watch new shoots as they pop out. I don't know whether you can see this little twig down here. Well, this little bit has actually died off, and I probably would suspect that it's died off because it's growing into that branch. Well, maybe that needs pruning out, that little bit there. I look at the detail of the branches. Can I see all of the trunk line? For instance, this is the correct viewing side of this tree. And if I turn it around, you'll see that it starts to change. Turn it around a bit more, and we're at the back of the tree. We've got a nice big branch at the back of the tree. Again, the trunk is hidden. So to open it out, let's turn it back. Now we can see this trunk. And the most important part of the bonsai is the trunk. That's what gives it its power and its real beauty. So we can see right in everything that's going on in that bonsai. We can see the start of this branch. Just comes out beautifully on the outside of that curve. This one down here, trunk comes up and it comes out beautifully on the outside of this curve. We can see this back branch coming out lovely towards the back of the tree. That gives it depth. Coming up here, we've got another branch coming in here. Now, this branch might need to be removed because what he's actually doing is interfering with the flow of the trunk. All right, so let's have a look at this one then. We know we've got some curves on the trunk. I'm looking at those curves and I can see this branch flows out beautifully on the outside of this curve. Following up, I've got another nice branch which flows out here, but you can see it's come a little bit cluttered around there. You can't really see where the top of the tree is. You can see this branch, and there's a branch here. Can't really see the branch out the back at the moment, so there's probably a couple of branches which would need to be removed on this one. And if you imagine a tree, you're out for a walk through the woods, through the fields, and you come across this beautiful tree, you can see the trunk, even in the middle of summer. The inside of the tree is clear, and all the foliage is on the outside of the tree. So that's what we want to make sure happens. And of course, by pruning it, what we're doing is we're stimulating new buds. Well, that's just going to start to clutter up the tree. And if those aren't pruned out properly, within 2 or 3 years, we'll end up with this big ball and it'll look like a bush and not a tree. So we're constantly looking for things like that.